What's good, you guys? We're back with another video, and today we're back with another installment of A Day on the Hardwood, and we got a couple interesting games to talk about today. They weren't as exciting as some of these other days, but still pretty exciting in my opinion. If you like this type of content, like us up on the video if you haven't already, and let's get right into it. I'm going to talk about this Wizards-Sixers game very briefly because I did not watch the full game. A couple comments I have about this game is that I love when Ben Simmons is very aggressive, and when Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are feeding off each other, the Sixers are a very dangerous team. Tobias Harris had an okay game, but not as great as the other game, but we're not expecting that every single day. But if one of those two can have these type of games every single time, and Joel Embiid being what he is, the Sixers are going to be very, very hard to beat. And Matisse Thybulle's defense in the minutes that he got, 5 blocks and 4 steals, I think, or the other way around, in 19 minutes, that's insane, bruh. And my last comment is, I know this is not all Sixers fans, but a lot of Sixers fans are weird to me. Like, throwing popcorn on Russell Westbrook, like, really? That's clown activity in my opinion, bro. Like, that's so weird. Sixers fans are known to be that type. I know it's not all of them, so I'm not gonna put all the Sixers fans in that boat, but it's a good amount of them that are just crazy and weird like that. Shout out to Official Ron with some other cool Sixers fans, but man, y'all gotta get those crazy ones in check, bro. And whoever did that should never come to an NBA game ever again. Now let's get into this Knicks-Hawks game, and man, the tempers are rising, man. It's going to be a very, very interesting series. I really hope it splits at Atlanta so we can really, we have the best chance of having a 7-game series, because I want 7 games of this. I want another game in New York, for sure, for sure. I do not want either team winning 2 in Atlanta, because that will shorten the series, and I can't have that. I need 7 games of this Knicks-Hawks series. Let's get into the game, man. The first thing I have to say is Elfrid Payton. Why is he still starting? Derrick Rose was, I get in the regular season, Derrick Rose was in the running for 6 man, but we need him. They need him now. They need him to start, bro. Like, Elfrid Payton just brings nothing. He brings nothing. Start quickly. I don't know. Like, start anybody, but like, Payton is just bad. That's all I gotta say. Reggie Bullock, timely threes, time after time after time, time again after time again. Him and Alec Burks seemed like switch spots. Last game, I think Alec Burks was in for Reggie Bullock because Alec Burks was like Kobe last game. But today, since Alec Burks didn't have a great game, Reggie Bullock is in. And I like that Tibbs doesn't really care about starters or whatever like that. And I think Taj Gibson finished the game. So I love all that. Tibbs doesn't really care about bench or starters, which is why Derrick Rose always finishes the game. And what I really love from the Knicks, Tibbs, and Derrick Rose today is Rose played 38 of 39 minutes today. Was there no minute restrictions, under 30, things like that. They need D Rose, and he delivered. Julius Randle in the first half was terrible once again, but in the second half he was penetrating, getting to the rim, and I think finished with 15 points. Had a very clutch assist to Taj Gibson at the end of the game to really put the game out of reach. So I really like that from Julius Randle. You just have, like D-Rose said in the post-game interview, it's his first series, has to get the nerves out, things like that. But they need Julius Randle to win the series and get any farther if they want to. I love that Tibbs is giving Obi Toppin more minutes, and I think he's doing good in those minutes. He still makes those rookie mistakes because he didn't have the full rookie experience like some like Quickly or Desmond Bane and things like that, because he didn't play very meaningful minutes during the regular season, so he's going to make mistakes in the playoffs because I feel like he's playing more minutes, or maybe it's just because I didn't watch the Knicks that much. You could tell me which one in the comments, but I like the important Obi Toppin minutes. And just that bench as a whole is just really, really good. I just love that Tibbs still plays Taj Gibson in the fourth quarter like it's 2012, and Taj is producing, bro. He is producing. Great rim protection, grittiness, great rebounding, finishing that dunk off from Julius Randle to put the game out of reach. That's crazy that he is still playing important playoff minutes in 2021, man. Thought he was done, but Tibbs just gives him that 5+ overall boost or something like that. When he plays with Tibbs, he's a different player. So I love that from all those players that I mentioned. I feel that Nerlens Noel, he didn't look the same as he did in the first game, but he still played decent, and I think that's why Taj finished out the game. Now let's get into the Hawks side of things. For one, it looks like if you weren't watching the game, DeAndre Ayton, 18 points and I think 6 rebounds. That looks okay. But I feel like he missed like 4 wide open threes and 2 wide open corner threes in the last 2 minutes. He missed a free throw. He missed that oop from a pass from out of bounds from Trae Young. It was a wide open layup. He missed that. He missed like 6 or 7 shots, and then he missed a free throw. It feels like he just shut down at the end of the game. And last game, the Hawks played okay, decent without Trae Young. Lou Williams at the end of that third quarter gave him very good points, and today it just wasn't that. Gallinari wasn't great. Hooter was okay. Williams wasn't great. Okongwu wasn't great. Nobody on the bench was playing good today, and I feel that Trae Young has to come back earlier than he did in this game. The fact that Clint Capella played more minutes than Trae Young did is just a problem. Trae Young has to play more minutes than McMillan. You got to put him back in. You can't count on your bench that much. Trae Young just brings a different dynamic to the team when he's in the game. Everybody plays better when Young is in the game. And Young had another good game himself. Quietly, another good game. I think 30 points once again. And man, he is making that Knicks crowd very, very, very mad. It's kind of weird how much energy they're putting into making Trae Young mad, and he's still doing really, really well. It's funny to me. Trae, you're balding. And I saw Spawn Hour, he said, I wonder how many Knicks fans were chanting Trae, you're balding, that were balding themselves. And that was pretty funny to me because I'm pretty sure there's a good amount. And it's kind of weird how they're trying to get into this 21-year-old's head. So they're trying their hardest, and it's funny to me. But hey, I'm not really going to complain that much because fans are back and we need this type of stuff. So I'm not going to complain too much. It's just kind of weird and funny to me. Anyway, John Collins, another disappointing game from John Collins. He was in foul trouble, but didn't play great once again. Not looking like a max contract player. Not looking like that guy that you want to pay that much money to. Bogey with another decent game. And Clint Capella, man, he was pretty good once again. So those 3 players I think played good. John Collins, you have to play better for this team to win this series. You're a very integral part, and you got to stop getting to foul trouble. Please stop getting into foul trouble because I think that's the second game that you've been in foul trouble. And in the first half from last game, you were going crazy and you didn't really do much in the second half, and y'all still won the game. They need you. They need Lou Williams to be better off the bench. All right. Let's get into the game I paid the most attention to, and I don't know why. I'm just becoming a secondary Memphis Grizzlies fan. I find myself really, really rooting for them. I'm a new Dillon Brooks fan. I've been a Ja fan since Murray State and since that great turning run. And I saw him in his freshman year, but didn't pay that much attention to. But I've been following Ja for a minute. I like Jonas. I like Jaren. And I'm a big fan of Desmond Bane as well. So I've become this secondary Grizzlies fan, and also I just don't like the Jazz. I just don't like the Jazz as well. So it's kind of a mix between that, why I'm cheering so hard for the Grizzlies in the series, and they don't quit, man. They do not quit, but they just were outmatched. They fouled too much, and the refs did give the Jazz some of these calls, but they were fouling a lot. Dillon Brooks fouls the most in the league, and not every ref is out to get Dillon Brooks. He has to be smarter. Jonas Valanciunas, I think a couple fouls that Val got was a little questionable. Like that tech that he got, I didn't see anything there, but and also Jaren Jackson Jr. has to get out of foul trouble, and he just has to play better because when he was in the game, he just wasn't doing very, very good. In those center minutes, when Jaren Jackson Jr. is center, it is bad on defense and offense. He just can't score inside really right now. And he was getting manhandled by Rudy Gobert, man. Manhandled by Rudy Gobert. Ja Morant is that dude, the floater insane, getting to the basket, hitting a couple threes today. He had 40-something points, and I don't know if he got those 2 points to tie with George Mikan, but he was 2 points behind George Mikan for like 73 points in his first 2 playoff games, which is insane. He's that guy. We may have underestimated him a little bit as NBA community, most of us, besides maybe Grizzlies fans. But man, he is crazy, bro. He is really like that. He's really, really like that. And I love to see that type of stuff from Ja Morant. He was passing the ball. He had that one move. He said, and jumped and passed like that. He tried to dunk on Rudy Gobert in the first half. Didn't get it. Tried it again. Rudy Gobert moved out the way because he didn't want to get it punched on his head. He has to do better at the free throw line, though. He left a couple points to the line that I think they could have had. And Dillon Brooks, He's so erratic, he's so emotional, and today I think he let his emotions get in the way a little bit in the third and fourth quarter. Donovan Mitchell was on him at the beginning of the game. Now let's get into the Jazz side of things, and I loved what the Jazz did today, especially coming from Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert. That pick and roll was disgusting when Jaren Jackson Jr. was in it. He couldn't guard it, and Jonas didn't do too much better. Rudy Gobert was a beast in this game, and so was Mike Conley. They were just feeding off of each other's energy in that pick and roll. Wow, did Mike Conley make some really good passes, and his float game is maybe third to John Morant and Trae Young, second depending on who you ask. He is like that with the floater as well as those two guys, and I love to see that from Mike Conley. He has to play like this throughout the playoffs for the Jazz to get somewhere. Donovan Mitchell just brought a different energy, though. You can see that the team played different when Donovan Mitchell was on the floor. I don't know if it's because of his impact, just him being on the floor, just him being on the floor, just his energy and things like that. He got off to an insane start, quick 12 points, got Dillon Brooks in foul trouble, was talking that talk to him as well, because, you know, Dillon was talking that talk in the first game, and Donovan Mitchell couldn't do anything about it because he was out of the game, but he made sure to do something about it today. And he made sure to do something about it today. So I love to see that from Donovan. I don't know why those Jazz doctors had him out, because he did not look hurt whatsoever, man. He was coming out the gate, he looked right. So the doctors were definitely tripping on that one. Bogey, Ingles, O'Neal, all the shooters, Jordan Clarkson off the bench, Niang has been playing decent throughout the series and throughout the season. They all shot way better than they did last game in this game, so we love to see that from them. Like in the first game, they went 12 for 47 from 3, and that's one of the reasons why they lost that first game. Also with Donovan Mitchell not being there, but O'Neal hit timely 3 after timely 3, it felt like, and he's not even the best three-point shooter, and that had a lot to do with Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley's penetration and the attention that they had to pay to Rudy Gobert as well as a rim runner, because he's one of the best in the league at that. So, man, the Jazz just had a full-on attack today, and although the Grizzlies tried to fight it as hard as they couldn't really do it. And those are all the games that we had today. I think tomorrow the Heat and Bucks play, the Lakers and Suns, and the Nuggets and Trailblazers. So hopefully that's a nice set of games as well. I'll be back tomorrow for some 2K content in my What's My Next Move series, and also with another post-game recap later that night. So if you like this type of content, like and sub on the video if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.